Hello there, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Allison and today I'm going to share the one thing you need to stop doing on Instagram and the one thing you need to start doing. The one thing you need to stop doing on Instagram is to stop worrying about having a perfect feed. Ditch the perfect feed. I'll say this again. Ditch the perfect feed. No one cares if your photo that you post doesn't go well with the rest of your photos. People don't care. They want real. They want raw. They want to see what it's really like to be you. What it's really like to be an artist. To be you as an artist. They want to see the messy studio. They want to see the messy desk. This is 2020. And from 2020 and beyond, it is all about being real, and it's all about showing things in the moment, sharing in the moment. It's not about perfect. People can't relate to that. We can't relate to other creatives who have perfect photos and a perfectly clean studio, what seems like 24/7. That's not reality. They want to see your messy desk. They want to see your work in progress on your desk, full of paint splatters everywhere, perhaps a dead plant that you haven't watered in weeks, and I don't know, maybe your cat laying basically on top of your painting. Okay, they want to see that. They don't want to see a finished painting on your desk surrounded by flowers you picked from your garden and lighted candles. No, they don't want that. Yeah, okay, if someone posted a photo like that, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's pretty. That's pretty. Okay, move on. But if someone posts like an honest, raw photo of what they're currently working on and their desk is like a whole mess and they have a dead plant or a dead succulent and their paints are all like unorganized and everywhere and everything's a mess, I would appreciate that so much more than a perfectly staged photo. Picture this. So your favorite artist on Instagram posts like a super perfect photo of a finished artwork, and perhaps there are fairy lights around it and maybe some flowers or like, I don't know, greenery next to it. Yeah, that'd be pretty, right? But what if they posted a photo, your favorite artist, okay, here on Instagram, what if they posted a photo of what they're currently working on right now, and it's their desk and it's a total mess and the artwork is not finished, it's like in the ugly stages, and like their desk is a whole mess? Wouldn't that be much more appealing than the other like perfect photo? Wouldn't you be more excited to see that photo than the perfect photo? I don't know about you, but if one of my favorite artists posted a photo like that, I would love that. I would love that. I ditched the perfect feed towards the end of the summer last year, and I never looked back. And ever since then, I just felt relief, and I am far less stressed with Instagram than I was. Like before, when I was trying to have a perfect feed, I was just, I don't know about you, but I was just stressed. And I was always like worried that, oh, this photo is like not really edited like my other photos, so maybe I shouldn't post it. I don't have any photos to post, like any nice photos to post, so I'm just not going to post anything for like this whole week. You don't need to do that anymore. You don't need to worry about that anymore. That's not what people want. So ever since I ditched my perfect feed, I then began to focus on something far more important. And here it is. Are you ready? The most important thing for Instagram and for just social media in general is to build a community. So instead of focusing on like a perfect feed and perfectly staged photos and all that nonsense, I started to focus more on growing my community on Instagram and like giving to my audience and loving my audience and caring about my audience. I started to shift my mindset and put all of my energy into my love for my audience. And it has been a total game changer. It changed my business. My Instagram, ever since then, my Instagram has grown a lot. I know that I don't have like 10K followers or 100K, but I have learned a lot. A lot. I am constantly learning all the time, every day. I'm constantly absorbing knowledge and learning about social media marketing, and one of the things that I have learned and that I know that is like the most important is loving your community and building your community. That is far more important. That is like so much more important than your feed's aesthetic. And it's so much more important than portraying your life perfectly, because face it, none of our lives are perfect. And people don't want to see how perfect your life is. They want to see how messy your artist life is. They want to see, like not just the good artist days, but also the bad days. They don't want to see how happy you are all the time. They want you to be happy, but they want to find a way to relate to you. And how can they relate to you if all you do is post perfect photos all the time, or perfectly staged photos of you smiling in front of your easel? So now you need to focus on being real and growing your community and loving them, loving on them. So ways that you can do this, first, is to actually care. About your customers, about your audience, about your followers. To genuinely care about them and to appreciate them. If you can't do that, if you don't care about your followers, then building a business, a creative business, is not for you. So now I'm going to share with you things that you can actually do to build up your community and to genuinely love your audience, because this is what truly matters. And this is honestly the one thing you need to focus on for your Instagram and your social media marketing. So the first thing is that you need to get to know your audience, okay? These are actual people, who are living life. You need to get to know them, and this will help you understand your audience and what they want and what they need from you. And when you get to know them, they will learn to trust you more, and then they'll buy from you. Because like I always say, I feel like I say this a lot, but when your audience trusts you, they will buy from you. So ways you can get to know your audience is by asking them questions. Ask your audience questions. Get to know them. So I do this a lot with my posts on Instagram. I try to either on Instagram, if I'm not like telling a story or like giving some kind of art advice, if I'm not doing one of those things, then I ask a question. And you can also do this in Instagram stories. So there is a question sticker. You put it in your story and ask a question. And then people can click on that sticker, and then they can like type their answer. So I like to do this, like, what inspires you? Or like, what are you currently working on? Or like, what makes you happy? What are some of your hobbies? I want to get to know you. Like, what is something that you enjoy doing? So ask your audience questions like that. And also, a bonus tip, don't just end it there, okay? You need to respond to every single person who answers your question. Every single person, no exceptions. So get down in your DMs, all right? Those people who responded to your sticker question in your stories, respond to every single one of them. And a bonus tip, you can keep the conversation going by asking them additional questions based on their answer. So let's say someone is like you ask them, oh, what are you currently working on? And they answer, I am currently painting some flowers. And then maybe you'll ask them, oh, nice. So what kind of flowers are you painting? Don't just say, oh, cool, oh, nice. Just keep the conversation going. This could take a long time, responding to everyone, creating conversation, but it is a game changer for your business. Because these people that you're connecting with, they will start becoming your super fans. They will start becoming your fans and will start looking forward to everything you post and like all the products you have in your shop, and they'll start like loving you. Talking to your audience, responding to their questions and their comments, and creating conversations with them in the comment section or in the DMs of Instagram is way more important than trying to post every day to Instagram. I personally, I know this is kind of like a tangent, but it's okay to not post every day to Instagram. You don't have to. What is more important than that is getting in the DMs and in the comment section and creating conversations with people. Another way to build up your community and get to know your community is by, you ready for this? Write this down. Stop broadcasting, start communicating. Don't just post a photo and be like, painting flowers or like current work in progress. No, don't do that, because how does that serve your audience? How does that give your audience value? It doesn't. So with every single post you post, you need to try your best and put intention behind your post. You need to ask yourself, what does this give my audience? How does this bring value to my audience? How does this help my audience? Does this bring inspiration to my audience? So you really need to be intentional with your posts. Stop broadcasting your art. Oh, this is for sale. Oh, this is in my shop now. Oh, my current painting I'm working on. Like, okay. You need to be very intentional. It's not about you. Write this down too, okay? Your Instagram, when you are building a community and you want to create a business and you want to sell your art, your Instagram is not about you. It's about your audience. It's not about you. It's not about your art. It's about your audience. So stop broadcasting your art, okay? And start communicating. So when you post, try your best to always ask a question, or to share some kind of advice, some kind of like tips or advice, or you can also share a story. But when you share a story, make sure that it's something that your audience can relate to and that they'll appreciate. So we have a question and we have tips or advice. And then the third thing is a story, some kind of story that your audience can relate to. So try to post only those three things in your posts, and that will help build up your community and help people get engaged and get to know you, and it'll help bring your community closer together because you have people engaging in the comments, you have people talking to you, and you can talk to them back and create conversations. And I have one final tip for you about creating a community and building relationships on Instagram. Get them involved. Get them involved in your business to tell you what they want, to kind of have input in your products. So for example, maybe you are designing, let's say, 2 sticker sheets, but you only want to put one in your shop. This is just an example, but you don't really know what one you want to put in your shop. Ask your audience. Create a poll in Instagram stories or create it as a post. Ask your audience what sticker sheet they like best. Or maybe you are going to be starting a new painting soon, but there are two subjects that you're conflicted with. Like, oh, I want to paint these flowers, but I also want to paint this cat. This is just an example. But you don't really know what you want to paint. Like, you want to paint both. So ask your audience, hey audience, what should I paint next? This cat or these flowers? This is good because then you actually know, you can actually like find out what your audience actually wants, what your customers actually want. So it's like a win-win. Like you get to know what they actually want from you, and it creates a sense of community, and it helps them get involved in your creation process or your art business, or just helps them get involved, which is really good. Okay, I just dropped a lot of value bombs on you. I would love to know what your favorite thing was about this video. What was something you learned? What was something you took away? And I have some other art business videos that you might like. I have a 9-step process to starting an art or illustration business. You can check that out in the card above or somewhere on the screen. And I also have a video about 14 ways to make money with your art and art business. And you can also find that somewhere on this screen. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful for you. And let me know what else you'd like to see from these art business videos. I would love to know. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!